What's up? It's episode 35. Welcome back to the podcast. What's up, guys? It's Jacqueline. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the podcast. Today is honestly going to be it's going to be so chill, so calm. In comparison to yesterday, I'm feeling like this is going to be a bedtime story, nap time type of episode. I just feel so fall. I feel so cozy. It's kind of gloomy here in San Diego today. It's finally kind of overcast outside and not 90 degrees, so I'm feeling it. I just want to, I've got my candles lit all around me. I'm gonna bake some pumpkin bread later. You know what I mean? It's one of those days. It's Thursday, and I had such a cozy little morning too. Like, I just felt so peaceful this morning and calm, and it's hard to describe it. I don't know if you know what it is. I'm like happy for the first time in my life, guys. I'm really happy. I'm very content with my life choices lately. And this podcast is me just talking about, I'm living life and talking about it. And it's my self-mastery course. It's my personal development hero's journey story time every day. I don't know what this is, like solo circus. I'm just so emotionally available for you guys every day, telling you all my insecurities, all the shit I'm going through. But it's that. What did I just say, dude? I don't even know what I just said, but it's such a wonderful thing that I've decided to do this, and I'm reflecting on that, and I'm just feeling grateful that I'm committed. I made a decision to do this, and I'm all in, and I've never felt more happy. So, woo! Today's format of the podcast can be a little different. I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's not like you guys need to know the behind the scenes information, but I just feel like, I don't know, I'm going to talk about what I did this morning because it was such a good morning. And then I'm going to ding dong ditch into the, what the hell? I need a new vocabulary. I'm going to transition into what I did yesterday. And we're going to just talk about this year. I want to do a little like reflection time and then look at what I was doing a year ago and how much of life is different. So just like curl up with a book, curl up with a blankie, and yeah, let's chill out today. I don't want to bring you guys the energy like I did yesterday every day. I think that's a little too much. And on my part, it's like I feel like an athlete that's I'm like overtraining if I'm constantly showing up like, guys, welcome back to the podcast. I can't sustain that. You guys think I'm going to burn out because I do this 7 days a week, but dude, I got a game plan. It's called some days you show up like this, and some days you bring the heat and bring that energy. It's strategy, man. Strategy. I gotta control. Energy is everything. You gotta really preserve it correctly. So anyways, let's talk about what I did this morning. Woke up, rolled out of bed at 6:20. Had a great sleep. And I just rolled over, checked my stocks, checked some shit out on the stock market. And that's usually how I wake up. I just like roll over with my phone and check shit. And then I went and took a cold shower pretty immediately, actually. Like, I didn't even drink water. I just jumped in the cold shower, which is not usually what I do. Wow, I'm really giving you guys a step-by-step behind the scenes here. But usually, if you want to know the specific details, and go listen to, I think it's episode 2. I literally vlogged. I woke up and podcasted and did every step. And that was like, I think episode 2. But today, normally what I do is I wake up, I like brush my teeth, wash my face, chug a bunch of water, make my coffee, let it sit. I don't like drink it yet. I just like make it, get those ice cubes kind of going in the iced coffee. You know what I'm saying? I open all my blinds, I open all my windows. I make my bed, cold shower. Like, I do all this stuff right before I podcast. Anyways, today I just jumped in the shower. I want to jump in. Like, I have juicier content to talk about today. I don't know why I'm doing this, but oh, we got a husky outside again. There's so many huskies in the neighborhood lately. Cute. It probably has blue eyes. I can't see it from this far away, but anyways, hi people watching time. So what was I going to say? Oh, I made it a conscious decision. I said, Jacqueline, you're an adult. You've done this podcast now for 30 days, you love your life. This is like all you want to do when you wake up. You finally found your passion. Okay, but you need to be an adult and get your shit together. So I've been looking at my couch, my cushion covers for my couch for the last 5 days. So I finally took care of those this morning, put them on, dislocated my shoulder doing it, and it was a great time. But I was gonna tell you guys this, my little like, here's some helpful information to leave the podcast listeners with, because sometimes I talk and I'm like, what was the point of that? But here's the point of what I'm gonna say, or this is the point of you listening today. When you have bitchy or like tasks, excuse me, when you have tasks around the house that are just a bitch to do, like for me, putting the duvet cover on is the worst, second to worst task. The first worst task is putting my couch cushion covers on. It's such a tongue twister. So what I do, this is your life hack of the day, this is your adulting tip, is I pretend I'm on a game show and I got 50 grand on the line and I got to beat this other person putting these covers on the couch cushions. There I am again, couch cover. That's going to be the title of the episode today. Couch cover cushion cover couch. I'm going to figure out a title around that, those 3 C's. So I make it a game. I go, Jacqueline, you got to beat this other person, put these covers on. And I do it as fast as I can. I'm like, yeah, I'm like really pushing myself. I do this for so many chores. Like every time I do my floors, I have hardwood floors. They're very annoying to keep clean. Also have a side story to tell about my floors and what I did this morning. But yeah, I make it a game. I like go as fast as I can. I don't know why. Like does anyone gamify their life? Or like, okay, if I have the microwave on when I do my iced coffee in the morning, I microwave because I don't want to put on a tea kettle. I'm not paranoid about the microwave. It's all good. I put my hot water, I make hot water in my microwave. And then as I'm doing it, if I have something to grab in my room, or I'll make my bed before I come get the hot water out of the microwave. You get it? So gamify your life. There's your human optimization tip of the day. Don't listen to Aubrey Marcus. Don't listen to Ben Greenfield and all the people out there doing the human optimization shit. Just listen to Jacqueline. All right. I'm bringing the fact. I'm bringing the knowledge. What the? I just like to name drop and talk about other podcasters because I really look up to those people. But yeah, gamify your life. There you go. And you'll get more. You will. It's like, I don't know. Get years of your life back doing stuff faster. That's where I'm at. So anyways, shit. What else? Oh, okay. So the floor situation I was going to talk about. Let me drink. I drank all the coffee today. I'm self-disciplined. I'm not allowed to drink anymore. So I have a ginger sparkling water from Whole Foods I'm drinking today, and it's not that exciting. And I don't know. I feel like I'm being disciplined about my intake. I mentioned on Monday I did my motivation, what do I want to work on this week, Monday fucking episode. And I was like, guys, I'm going to work on the caffeine intake this week. And I'm proud of myself. I've been limiting it, and I am, yeah. So anyways, this morning I have this blanket. Now, it's a new blanket for my couch that sheds like a little, I don't know, sheep. It's got little like fuzzies on it that just fly off. I don't even touch the blanket and somehow they fly off. I don't have a draft in my apartment. You guys know I haven't figured out my AC. I don't know how this blanket is voluntarily shedding itself all over the place. And guys, if you listen to episode, I think 3, like 6 years ago, no, I did a vlog where I went to Home Goods and I like talked about what I got at Home Goods for the fall decor for my apartment. And anyways, I mentioned getting this blanket. Anyways, so I've been looking at this blanket do this for the last month since I did that podcast and bought it. And I have this morning I finally took care of business. And I was like, Jacqueline, you're an adult. Like why do you look at something every day and not take care of it? Like, why do you? But I feel like whatever. I'm too tunnel visioned right now, in the zone with the podcast, and things around me just aren't making me like that upset like they normally would. I'm not like hyper aware of it, but I finally had it with this fucking blanket today, and I put it in my little filing cabinet with my other blankets. No, I have a storage closet thing in my hallway, and I whipped out a black blanket instead to like switch it up, and I'm just so proud of myself. So dude, and then I'm so proud of myself. I went to the UPS store this morning before I podcasted. I had to do some returns. The great guy working there. He's there every time I go. I think his name's Eric. I don't know. I just saw his business card sitting out in front of the cash register this morning. But he was teaching me about Amazon returns because I did something kind of he was telling me how to like hack the system so I don't it's not as complicated on his end. So anyways, I did that. I don't know. What else did I do? Oh, I said, "Oh, Jacqueline, it's Thursday. Football's on tonight. Who's playing? Go look that up." So I found out that Chicago and the Buccaneers are playing and I don't care about either of those teams, but I don't know, this NFL season's really making me feel like I'm a part of something again. Like I'm part of something bigger than myself. You know, the NFL. People are bonding over the fact, we can watch football now and we have sports back. And I feel like they've been back for a while, obviously, but I don't know. I've been so isolated on my own this year and it's very strange, to be honest. I got really in my head about that last night, and I'm going to talk about that later, how I don't think anyone, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that have been alone, not really with other people or social as like this, like me this year. What am I saying? But anyways, this whole like football season is making me feel like I'm just like part of the community out there, the American people watching football all the time, and it feels good. So anyways, yeah, checked out the score or the schedule today for that. Decided I'm gonna make. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. You guys, this is a little behind the scenes information. This is the third time I've tried recording this because I kept tripping up on a certain segment, like something I've already mentioned probably. I think it was about the blanket. I went too long about the blanket too many times, and I said, Jacqueline, you got to restart it. And I think I still did it too long in this episode, but we're going to pull through. We're going to keep going because I got to push myself and stop caring about that. Hot guy outside, actually. But he's wearing like basketball shoes on a walk. Dude. High tops or foot turtlenecks. That's all I'm going to say. And it's not that cold out. Your ankles are going to be fine. So anyways, football, check that. Checked, I like opened some mail. I like checked some mail. Why are grocery stores still spending money on those goddamn junk mail? Like, turkey's on sale this week for $4.99 a pound or whatever the fuck. Like, does anyone actually look at those? You know those colorful, like, Albertsons or Vaughn's little magazines they fucking say? What are they? Those little junk ads for food that's on sale? I don't know. It's just it's annoying. And then, of course, all the coupon books they send, I'm like, well, I don't need my gutters cleaned. Like, it's always the shit they have in those coupon books is always something that's like not like, oh, do you need your attic cleaned? Do you need your fucking septic tank pumped? And I'm like, bitch, I live in an apartment that I gotta, I got a landlord taking care of all that shit. I don't need help. So I never get excited about those coupon books or the junk mail. I'm kind of getting sick of them. I'm like, look, it's 2020. Who the fuck is like actually paying attention to those? Anyways, nope, did not burp. You did not hear that. And then I went on Pinterest for baking inspiration for what I'm gonna bake today. I don't know, it was a cozy morning, you know what I mean? And I was like walking outside, did a little brisk walk, and I was like, oh, just like I love life. It's great. Isn't this such a chill episode? Who's cozy right now? I love being cozy. Oh, I even put on a new, I finally changed my costume, my podcasting costume. I'm wearing just like a gray, it's like Gap hoodie, because I've been wearing my tie-dye one every day. I'm like, Jacqueline, it's going to be annoying to watch you on the YouTube podcast. By the way, you can go over to YouTube and watch this. It's going to be annoying to see that, like, you see me in the same outfit 7 days a week. But I'm like, this is it, bitch. This is my outfit. This is my costume. I'm on Broadway. I'm doing a show every morning. Okay. I gotta have the same costume, but maybe Thursdays we'll do the Gap hoodie. I love getting creative about my podcast. I even thought, I was like on Amazon, I'm like, what if I got a hoodie or like a top for each day of the week? So you just saw like, oh, she's wearing yellow today. It's Tuesday. I don't know. It's so fun being creative. That's why I'm happy. It's because this is creative as fuck. What else did I do this morning? I don't know. That was about it. Let's talk about, I guess, yesterday. Okay, so I was productive. I have to say I was productive. I posted it on my Patreon. I uploaded exclusive content to my Patreon for my patrons, so that was productive. I've been trying to post as many like behind the scenes pics to back up the stories I talk about on the podcast, or just like random pics off my camera or like selfies and stuff that I never have posted or like just funny pics. I don't know. So I did that. I put together a little video for Instagram. I just thought like yesterday's podcast was so out there that I am like, Jacqueline, just like make a little clip and post it on Instagram. This is a little like preview of the episode. So I did that. Oh, there was a debate last night. Oh, that was later. Let me get into this. Okay, so part of this being my self-mastery course, my mental health journey, my personal social justice movement about myself. What the fuck? Is talking about things I'm not proud about that I'm doing and I need to figure out, and that is I got to talk about the napping situation. Okay, so I napped for a long time yesterday. I napped for an hour and 45 minutes according to my Whoop strap because it tracks how long I nap. And I keep saying this every single day, that I take these really long naps. And guys, I'm not depressed. I just told you how happy I am. So I'm trying to unpack what's going on, and I've factored in a few things. So number one, I'm like, Jacqueline, your brain is just processing all this information. It's spitting out into the world every day on your podcast for, I do this in an hour and a half to almost 2 hours sometimes. So I'm like, Jacqueline, it's just your body trying to process this. Your brain needs to rest after all that talking. So I thought that, right? And then I'm like, well, Jacqueline, it's probably your circadian rhythm and too much coffee, and then you're crashing and you need to nap, and that's possible. So that's the thing. Yesterday I was like, okay, I limited myself in the morning to a certain amount, and then I decided before my workout I'm not going to drink coffee, and guess what? That workout didn't happen, okay? Because I said there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to work out right now if I don't have another coffee in the afternoon, which is what I do every day. So I didn't work out yesterday. I napped and I took time off. I basically was like, Jacqueline, so since you're not going to drink coffee, you're not going to work out, and you're going to help. This is like cutting back, right? I'm slowly taking away the caffeine. So I'm like, okay, that's it. And then I got into a rabbit hole about my new medication, and I looked up more information about napping and how it's your body's, it's adjusting, your brain's adjusting. So that's probably what it is, but I don't know. So I napped, and I'm not excited to report about that again. I do know that I have family listening that's probably like, Jacqueline, you're so lazy, you're so unproductive, blah, blah, blah. But like, dude, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm being honest. This is very cathartic and very therapeutic to say the truth, the absolute truth, and not be so, I guess I'm not even embarrassed about it. I'm just like, this is exactly what happened. And I'm going through, this is a weird time, like for my personal, I guess, mental health and like life journey or whatever. And I know it's not forever. So I'm giving myself a little break. I'm not the type of person though, where giving yourself a little break and being like, it's okay, you can just, it's self-care, it's okay, Jacqueline. No, fuck that. Too much of that, you don't get anywhere in life. So I'm actively, it's on the brain. I know what this recent napping behavior is, and I don't want to have this situation every day. So I'm taking some steps to get my afternoon, get that pep in my step in the afternoon again, because I don't know what's going on. So my goal this week, I said cut back on caffeine. So I'm going to see how that's going to work today. See if I get tired. Like I said, I cut myself off this morning, and dude, who's sick of me talking about coffee? It's all I do. It's all I do. There's my positive affirmation alarm that just went off on my phone. I haven't mentioned that in a while, guys, but I changed my life by every 2 hours throughout the day. I made an alarm on my phone that's like it's a positive affirmation. Like, today I'm deciding to have a good day. I love myself, or something like that. And I don't know. It makes me feel good just to see it. It's a good reminder. I got to take a drink of my sparkling water. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just adjusting probably to this podcasting thing, and I don't know, it's not that, dude. It's probably the caffeine, let's be honest. What else did I do yesterday? I just had such a relaxing night. The last couple days have just been so floating on a cloud. I think this podcasting thing is the closest I'll ever feel like to flying. I'll feel. I think this is the same as like if I'm an eagle and my wings are soaring and I'm catching that little drift in the wind, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. It's like I'm home behind this microphone. I get it. You know, when pop stars are on that stage and they're like, I feel like I am. They're like, that's when I feel like I'm alive, when I'm performing on stage now. I get it. I get it. And I'm just a little talk show host over here. I'm not exuding a lot of energy for you, but it's the same feeling. So yeah, last night I felt really happy. I didn't work out, so I just like chilled like I always do. I napped and then I chilled. Then I like made the best fall dinner. Dude, I love combining fall gourds with like vegetables, you know what I mean? Like you got your oh my god, it's gourd season. I'm loving it, dude. I had my my butternut squash. I mixed that with I had like zucchini, arugula, cranberry dressing. Holy shit, everything. I'm in all cranberry season's upon us. It's upon us. I had this like cranberry kind of sauce going, and then I had chicken, and like I just mixed it all around, and so good. Like when you mix, I don't know, it's like the fall gourds. Like I love butternut squash, or what's another example? I don't know, delicata squash, whatever. But like mixing that with, I should have had, I don't know, like turkey. That would have been perfect. I just love. Oh my gosh, if I had like actual little cranberries, I don't know. So I had a great dinner. Watched the last. I watched the last question of the debate, which, in my opinion, I think I only watched the last question, but I think Pence did a better job answering that in my because he of course he attacked the media with his last statement about how they've been trying to get Trump impeached for the last however much time and da 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 da. And I was like, oh shit, okay. I mean, they both did a great job. I think Kamala, I never know how to say it. And I feel like aren't people getting canceled for saying her name wrong out there? Like, are we so, like, oh my God. I feel like I heard that somewhere. People say her name wrong and then it's like, oh man. But she did a great job answering it too. So I was like, oh wait, this is what it's like to watch, like, the way their energy levels were so calm compared to the other debate with Trump and Biden. Like, holy shit. Oh my gosh. And everyone's talking about the fly on Biden's head, how there's a little fly that landed. I'm sure you've seen that if you're listening, probably, or I mean, that's what everyone's posting right now. And then I saw someone posted how on Biden's merch section of his, first of all, it's like buy a gift for someone this holiday season, or no, it's like, are you looking for a gift? There's like a gift section on the president's Biden and Trump's websites. It's kind of funny. I checked it out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like gifting someone merch, presidential merch is kind of funny to me. But there's a fly swatter. That's where I'm getting at. There was a fly swatter on Biden's merch store. I think I have it up here on a tab. Dude, I'm so calm this episode. Holy shit. Compared to yesterday. Yeah, but anyways, it's like a fly swatter that said flies, no lies or something. I think truth over flies, fly swatter, $10 on Biden's website. Thought that was funny. They definitely have a Gen Z kid running that fucking merch store. That's a Gen Z type of thing to do. Fly swatter. Anyways, so I watched that, and then I watched you know how I said my goal this week was to my posture's looking saggy. I gotta sit up straight for the video podcast on YouTube. Hey, you know how I said on Monday my goal this week is to pay attention to a movie every night this week and like sit down and watch a movie, right? So I was like, oh, okay, whenever, I'll try this, right? And I watched Pineapple Express for the first time, which is crazy to me. I remember when that came out and I knew, oh, this could be a great movie back in the day, and I never saw it for whatever reason. I still have never seen it. So I watched that and it was funny. And the whole time I'm like kind of depressed because I'm like, why? Oh, I didn't realize Heath Ledger was in this, right? And then towards the end of the movie, I was like looking at Heath Ledger in this Pineapple Express movie. Like I was looking at him, I'm like, wait a minute, you're James Franco. Oh shit. Like this whole time I'm like, oh, this is kind of sweet. You know, I'm seeing one of rest in peace Heath Ledger's movies I have never seen before, and my brain finally saw, oh shit, this is not him. So yeah, I watched that, and then what else? I got my little notebook here. I look like a camp counselor with my notebook. Oh, and then after okay, not proud of this. I didn't sit all the way through it because, like, towards the end of it, I was on Facebook looking at people from high school, just on, oh my gosh, so many people's profiles, stalking and just seeing, like, who changed their last names, who's married, who has kids. It was great. There's a girl I used to go to school with who's pregnant, and that's exciting. And I used to be friends with her, so I was like, oh, that's cool. But anyways, I, like, did a little Facebook stalk, and then I went to bed. There you go. I mean, I was productive. Yesterday I got that, I'm proud of myself. I'm like, shit, I got my Patreon stuff uploaded. I got, my YouTube podcast up. I got my Instagram video made. So I'm a one-woman show, dude. This is my solo circus. I'm proud of myself. I can finally say that. Episode 35. We're proud of ourselves now, but I don't know. I have a note here to reflect on this year. And I guess I should, because the very first episode I made was oh no, are my nipples showing? Sorry. The very first episode this year it's on SoundCloud, and I'm annoyed I didn't move it over, but I went through every month of 2020, and I talked about, like, what I was going through and what I was doing, and it's crazy to me to look at this year because I don't, like, maybe you know what it is? It's the podcast bringing out this this best version of myself. But I'm like, Jacqueline, I don't know who you were in, like, August even. So it's October. Like, just very recently, I felt like a lost little puppy dog. Like, what am I doing with my life? I felt so down in the dumps, like, just so, like, ugh, I've never felt, you know what it was, is that I didn't have a purpose, and that's what this podcast is doing for me. It makes me feel like I have a purpose. I feel like I'm accomplishing something. I'm doing something I love, and I'm happy, right? So before it was like, okay, you're unemployed. You're just, like, doing this, new thing, and it wasn't really like a good, I don't know, like, it just wasn't, I wasn't vibing with what I was doing. And then, like, I don't know, I'm looking ahead of the year. I'm like, I still have so long till I can go home and see my family. And I don't know, I just wasn't a very, proactive, like, I could be going out and doing things and saying yes to people. In fact, I just got a DM from someone that was like, why didn't you hang out when I was in town? I'm like, I literally told him no because I was going through, like, this is someone I probably would have had the time of my life with hanging out with. And I was so excited to, like, meet him and hang out with him. And he was like, to be honest, at the time, I'm like, dude, I'm at rock bottom. I don't want to go meet anyone or do anything. And it's crazy to me that, like, another thing I'm not proud about that I'm willing to admit and talk about is that when I'm not feeling 100% or, like, 90%, I don't say yes to people. I'm like, I just don't. I need to be by myself, going through my shit, figuring it out, because I don't like people to see me when I'm not, like, on point and, like, feeling myself, because I don't, especially when you meet someone for the first time, which is bullshit, because that doesn't matter. Like, most of your friends will accept you wherever you're at. You know what I mean? They don't care. And but the truth of the matter is, I had to go through my little, like, isolation by myself in my head, depressed, sad little self to get to the other side. And dude, now I'm podcasting and I'm ready I'm open for business, bitch. Like, I'm ready to have 1,000 friends again and hang out with people and do things and travel the world. And dude, I miss England so much. I was looking at pictures today from my my phone, and I'm like, dude, I miss that travel life. I miss England, London. I don't know. Is that all I did yesterday? Yeah, I think I got through that. Oh, I was gonna reflect on this year. Oh yeah, so I have an app called Time Hop. You guys have probably heard of it. It's where your phone connects to, or this app will connect to all your social media, and then it'll tell you what posts you made, like, every year on this day. So I saw a year ago, I was in this I took a picture of the coffee shop I was working at. And I remember, like, I quit my job with MoveU in June. Was that last year? Yeah, last year. And then I basically spent, like, 2 months of the summer just, like, soul searching and finding myself again and trying to figure my life out. And then I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready for a coffee shop job. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't ready to do a major job again. So I became a line cook in this really awesome coffee shop up in Encinitas in California here. And, It was so fun actually, like thinking about my little, it sucked to wake up early, but like it was fun. Like it was fun working around a bunch of like people that were, I don't know, we just had a good time. It was a coffee shop. It's a great lifestyle, honestly. Like there's some 30 something aged people working there like loving life, and they don't care that they're not like, you know, wearing a suit every day, like doing a corporate job. Like they don't give a fuck. They're happy. That you can't. No one can tell you aren't successful. Like if you're fulfilled in what you're doing and happy, no one can tell you you're not successful. So there's your little tip of the day. Um. So, anyways, I was working at a coffee shop, and I ended up moving to a different job after that. But it's just weird to look at a year ago how I felt so lost a year ago. Like I can't even describe it. I was like, all I know is this company and these people. I moved to San Diego, immediately got hooked up with this crew of people, this Move You crew, and then quit cold turkey for reasons that I've never really disclosed or talked about, and which I'm not ready to yet. Like I'm sure someday I'll disclose everything, but just haven't done that yet. I don't want to. I don't like to get I don't you know what it is? I don't like to talk about the past and get like about negative shit from the past like that. Or I don't want to talk about the company and like I don't know. It's annoying. So anyways, I moved on from that. I felt so lost. I was like, all I knew was that job and those people, and it's weird. Like now I was thrown into this fucking battlefield this year in quarantine life with what's going on in the world, and I feel like I don't know if it got worse, it just got different. Like everything about my life experience this year has been so like odd. I started out the year with a new job. I had a sales job for the first time, which I was so excited about. I loved everyone I worked with. It was like being in high school again. It was a lot of energy and people, and it was just fun. Everything about that job was fun. And then, of course, I lost it, and life just got weird. It got odd. Everything about this year's been odd, and I think it was good for me. But, dude, I got really in my head last night about the fact that I don't like this. I've never been this antisocial or isolated in my life ever. And so I don't know how to process this or think about it. I'm like, I think there's good in this. Obviously, like I know myself better than ever now. I've really been honest with like I've been totally vulnerable, not only with telling you guys shit on this podcast, but with myself saying like, look, this is what you like. This is what you don't like. And then like I'm making moves now according to that. I'm no longer trying to be something I'm not, or want to do something I'm not, or strive for something that feels like it's for show, or it's this looks good to my parents type of life, you know what I mean? And I finally just gave up. I'm like, look, or I didn't give up. I divorced those ideas. I said, those are just ideas in your head that have been holding you back from doing something that feels right and you're passionate about, and that this is like actually who you are. And I came upon podcasting in the most beautiful way, and I do want to like frame the conversation. It was a little ping pong DM conversation that inspired me to do this, and it was so spur of the moment, and here I am. So that's probably the beauty in being isolated for so long, is that I guess I've gotten really good at listening to my intuition this year. That's it. And that's what I really try my hardest to promote on this podcast I even have a note here. I don't know how this relates, but I'm going to somehow make this relate, dude. Okay. So calmest episode ever. Hi. I wrote a note here that says, don't get sucked into things that throw off how you function in real life. Why did I write that? Don't get sucked into things that throw off how you function in real life. Yeah, so when I said, listen to your intuition, I know why. So I had a thought about that because I realized that the way I approached social media and being online was throwing off my behavior in real life. Like, and I don't like how it changed my behavior. Meaning that I would be in a cute coffee shop with my coffee or whatever, and I'd like snap a pic and do a little like tag and all that shit. And and I think I speak for everyone when I say this, especially influencers out there, especially people that are, on their stories all day doing stuff. I don't love how my brain has changed when I'm in real life doing things where I feel I'm inclined to grab my phone and take a picture, or you know what I mean? Instead of being 100% present in the moment, it's like, oh, I got to document this for the Instagram story. I hate that part of social media and how it's changed my behavior. And so the reason I wrote, don't get sucked into things that throw off how you function in real life. I feel like that's what social media has done to all of us. And it's changed our behavior and how we think about things, what we prioritize. And I saw a great quote, or I think I read it. It was like an article or something, and it was something to the effect of, or the gist of, if what you are experiencing, like if this hike was as amazing as you say it was on your Instagram story, that you posted a picture of this hike and you doing it, if it was as amazing as you say it was, wouldn't it be disrespectful or I think I have this in writing somewhere. Would it be disrespectful, or it would be it would decrease, or what am I saying, the actual experience of it, or like what you like taking a moment to post how amazing something is or whatever is doesn't, I don't know how to explain this. I have it in writing. You know what? We're going to take a little like, I got to go to my Google Doc to find this. I know I have this in writing. I have this document I've mentioned before of all the stuff I've ever written ever. I know it's here. Stay with me. This is our little transition break. You can go to patreon.com/tjms to support the show, or go to YouTube to watch this, dude. It's like, it would be a disgrace to post it if it was as amazing as you say it was. Something to the effect of that. But let me find this. Oh, it's so much random shit in here. I'm the quarterback of quarantine. I just can't believe I wrote that. Okay, just stay with me. Something about exceeding expectations. Quarantine thoughts. Interesting. I wrote a bunch of stuff there. If I don't quit, I can't fail. Grant Cardone. All right, I wrote that. I'm going to find this. I really think it's a great phrase in the way it's said, and I think it's really, I don't know how I wrote this. An intentional life requires a bit more thought and a ton of reflection about your daily choices and habits. Twirling around in the rat race with the rest of society and striving for more is actually an easier path. I don't know if I can find this. I don't think guys, it's going to be too buried in here, but I want to go back on that thing I wrote. An intentional life requires a bit more thought and a ton of reflection about your daily choices and habits. Twirling around in the rat race with the rest of society and striving for more is actually an easier path. Why would that be easier? Why did I write that? Striving for more is actually an easier path than being intentional and reflecting about your daily choices. I think I wrote that because I like the way it sounded, but I think it's true. Like, if you get really intentional and specific about your choices and habits, I think decisiveness takes work. It takes time. It takes letting go of, in my case, being decisive and doing something and choosing my solid, strong opinions about society and social media. It forces me to let go of wanting people to like me and being accepted by everyone and pleasing everyone. Because when you make decisions and when you're intentional and do things, you run that risk, especially when you vocalize your opinions and things. So that's interesting. I wrote that. But when you twirl around in the rat race with the rest of society and strive for more, it's easier. Yeah, because that's what everything is about. More, bigger, bigger, better, better, more things, more. It's kind of a cliche, but it's true. There's always there's every single day. There's so many, like, you can do so much every day if you wanted to. You could run around in the rat race, buy a bunch of shit at Best Buy or like Home Goods. You could go to work, buy a bunch of, you Postmate your food. You could go out at night every night of the week, go to the bars. You could, you know, twirl around and do all that shit. And I think when you peel back the layers and you just get down to you and your little me, like putzing around my apartment and doing my little podcasting and doing my little life, I don't know, I feel very intentional and purposeful, and I think that's a good thing. There's a balance there, obviously. I definitely, you guys are all rooting for me, like, woo, Jacqueline, like, we really can't wait for you to have your social life. Yeah, but that'll come in time. 2020 was about just it's go inward, you know what I mean? Get out of your head and into your heart. That's what I really feel like I did that this year. I'm proud of that. Um, dude, who's asleep right now? Chillest, calmest episode ever. I gotta preserve that energy though, you know what I mean? I'm doing this 7 days a week. Another thing I feel like this year has done to me is I feel like a kinder person. I feel more, I don't know, just nicer to people. And I mentioned this a few days ago, like, when I'm in public, when I'm around people, I'm like bubbly as fuck, like looking people in the eye, really being intentional with how I interact lately, because we've been I feel like my version of isolation compared to other people's is so much like I'm in prison and they're in summer, not summer camp. They're in like detention in school where there's other people, but they're isolated and they can't talk to them. But like they're people. I feel like my experience this year has been very, very isolated. So I know other people are dealing with that at some level. So when I'm out in public, I'm like trying to just be friendly, be really, conversational, and it feels good. So I don't know. I just feel nice. I feel nice. Can you guys hear it in my voice? Do I have a nice disposition? I just want to be nice to people. Let's go on Instagram just for a little I don't know. Oh shit. Dropping my phone. My iPhone 7. I talked about my daily update. I didn't do a coffee fact because I'm not drinking coffee and I don't want to do that. I just had a note here to talk about how life was different last year. But yeah, I was at the coffee shop. Oh, I was hostessing at an Italian restaurant. I ended up working at a hotel temporarily and got a sales job. I did a lot of stuff last year you guys have no clue about. But I don't know. I am blessed. I'm grateful this year has been the way and it's crazy to say this now. Could not have said this back in May, but I'm really grateful that I struggled this year, because I'm like, oh, I'm on the other side now. I'm working my way up. Now I'm not where I want to be, right? I feel like I'm kind of like things are kind of sucky now, especially, embarrassed to admit, but like socially especially, and everything, like my lifestyle isn't that juicy. I'm not very plugged into my community out doing stuff. I have a gym and I got my podcast, and that's what I like. I'm sticking to those things right now. You know what I mean? I'm really focused. I'm doing that, but I'm optimistic about the future. Like I know coming next year, I know things are going to, shift for me. And, yeah, I just need this time though. I really need this time to be with myself and sit with myself and, look myself in the fucking mirror every day. And dude, I've been looking at myself in the mirror lately and I've been liking my skin. Okay. I've been liking my skin. I finally am like, Jacqueline, you're on YouTube every day now. You gotta try a little bit. So I'm like extra cautious with picking my face, which I don't know if anyone out there struggles with that, but I pick stuff that's not even there. I'm just like, oh, it feels like a bump. And then I get fixated on it. And, so I've been liking my skin lately. I like what I see in the mirror. I feel healthy. I feel fit. I feel strong. I don't know. How are you guys doing? Enough about me. Jesus, this is like one giant bitch session or like therapy session with myself. And I forget people out there are like, I don't know. They're listening and they're like, well, Jacqueline, why didn't you ask about me? So I hope you're doing well. I hope your job's going well. I hope you're I don't know if you're struggling out there. I feel like I need to be like inspirational and have like and give you life advice, but nothing lasts forever, especially this shit we're going through right now. I'm here to tell you that it's going to be crazy. We're going to have this election. We're all going to go off happy fucking holidays with our family. Happy New Year. 2021 is going to hit. And my little cheerful, optimistic brain is like, you know what? People are going to be like, fuck 2020. That was the worst year ever. We don't want to go back. We don't want to look back. And I feel like the New Year's resolutions, like the way people are going to think about this new year is like, best year ever. Let's make this better than the last and never look back. And so yeah, if you're going through shit right now, if you're like, fuck this election, everything going on with that, you're like, oh, stressed out, just, I don't know, like focus on what you can control. I'm just repeating information that other influencers have told me on there. Like, this is like what, I don't know, like fucking Tony Robbins would tell me or something. I'm just telling you, just a reminder. These are gentle reminders. This is not that type of podcast, but like, just know that nothing lasts forever. Focus on what you can control. Take care of yourself, and don't focus too much on the media is not what did Pence say last night? I just liked how he said it. How what you see on TV doesn't represent the American people as a whole. Like, it doesn't represent the masses. It represents what they want you to see and like what they want to say. So it's easy to get sucked into that and think, oh, this is like how this is what the world is right now. And it's all curated and it's all so strategically placed in a way that creates a narrative that everyone sees, and that a lot of people will be like, oh, well, this is the opinion of the people. This is how the world looks. And it's not so. I think at the end of the day, just quoting Pence again, Jesus Christ, like I only watched the last question, so I'm just speaking on what I heard him say. He was speaking to I think a little 8th grader that wrote in, but he said at the end of the day, everyone comes together. Everyone comes together. When shit goes south, we all bond together, and that is the truth. Democrat or Republican, everyone comes together as a country, and I think there is a sense of this togetherness this year that I've never felt before. As much as we're isolated and everything, there's this overarching, like, we're all in this together. We all want to get to the other side, and that's beautiful. I got one last thing to talk about here about the NBA. Just saw this headline. It's like, this is like so off what I was just talking about. It says NBA to leave Black Lives Matter social justice messaging off the floor next season, says Commissioner Adam Silver. I wonder why. I wonder why they're going to leave out those things next season. No more social justice social justice messaging in the NBA. Dude, everything is about that goddamn dollar sign and that money, and they're losing money and they don't want to do that anymore, so they're not going to talk about social justice issues. So if they really cared about it, they would not do this shit. So I don't know, it's a great way to like lose respect, I guess. I don't know, I just saw that, I thought, oh really? Anyways, about to wrap this up. I feel like it was a good amount of time for a podcast, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll do one last push. Jacqueline, push yourself for one last little segment. I'm back on that document. I thought I'd read something I wrote last year. Let me find it. Do you guys like it when I read my writing stuff? I don't know. Oh, that's weird. I wrote this 2 years ago. It's weird that a huge portion of the daily chatter in my head revolves around social media and posting every day. It's not even necessary in my life. I wrote this in 2018, so it's funny I'm like repeating that today on the podcast, and I've already thought about this. I said I only interact with 1% of my following in person, so what's the point? I don't know. Is that weird? Yeah, like I find I'm connected obviously to, my neighbor's outside. I never see her. She's an older woman. She's come out like 4 times this year out of her house. That's an odd, sorry, I had to comment on that. People watching is part of the show. Anyways, but yeah, I thought about that. I feel this connection to people that listen to the podcast and talk to me in the DMs and stuff, but like never met you in person. You don't even live close to me. Like, it's not even gonna happen. And it's weird how that is. I think I don't like to use the term new normal, but it kind of is like that. People online and you can feel a connection to them in this unique, I don't know, this way. This is some type of way. but I reflect on them. Like, I don't even know these people in real life, so why am I wasting my time trying to entertain them on my social media? What is this doing? But you guys like it. You know, we've got this relationship now. I'm doing this every day. You guys are really getting to know me, so it's all good. Dude, I wrote this long ass monologue. Where is it? Oh my gosh, I even have old caption ideas. Dude, I went deep into a few years ago. I think this is like college days. I wrote like a whole document full of captions for Instagram pictures. Funny ones. Leather weather. Why did I write that? That's so like blogger. Leather weather. Dang, so many captions. How many are on here? 89? I like numbered them. Okay, so this is the thing. Poems / streams of consciousness. Here's a stream of consciousness I'm about to read, y'all. Stay with me. Stay with me. Oh, I think it's here. Striving to be the best version of ourselves is a collective hobby. Everyone's chill about each other's choices, going to Pilates 6 days a week, drinking celery juice, going keto, getting eyelash extensions, getting Botox, getting fillers, going to therapy, etc. There's an awareness now that makes it feel normal. And to be honest, that lifestyle is honestly fun a lot of the time. I like how I feel when I'm fully pampered, fed healthy food, and hair free. Why did I say that? Oh, probably because like self-care, whatever. I don't know, like getting waxed is like a collective hobby. Everyone's getting their fucking shit waxed and they're all pampered and their nails done, hair done all the time, eyelash extensions. I don't know. My issue is that it makes people hyper aware about their appearance. Dude, I was going through some body image issues in this moment when I wrote this. But it's true, like I feel like a lot of energy is spent with a lot of like life energy. A lot of time is spent keeping up your appearance these days for a fucking photo, and it's just like, I don't know. It's fun though. It's a hobby, and like I admitted to that. It's great. You do feel good when you look good and all that stuff, but I don't know. I just had a moment to talk about how much time it takes away. And I know this, so guys out there listening, like I don't want to say like who or when, but I was in a relationship once and I remember like my lifestyle, like half of my fucking day was revolved around me, like, and I include the gym, like getting my body right all the time. My whole lifestyle was like taking care of my appearance all day long. Like I got so hyper focused or hyper aware of like nail chips, like hairs out of place, like tweezing hairs, like constantly like perfect toes, perfect tan, perfect like makeup, everything, like nothing out of place, my hair always done, like everything perfect all the time. And it was like my career as a girlfriend, taking care of myself like that all day. And it was like, wait a minute, I think this is when I wrote that, actually. When I look at the date, that makes sense. I just felt like, Jacqueline, like, you're for what? He's At the end of the day, I was treated like shit, and I moved on. But like that was so crazy to like look back on and realize that how like I was just trying to appeal to a man and just like make every little detail about myself perfect. Dude, it's like you're not on OnlyFans. Like Jacqueline, you're not like one of the that's not your career. You don't need to do this much goddamn maintenance every day. Dude, I would shave like twice a day sometimes, just like making sure oh my god, dude, it was too much. Oh, conversations actually suck with people now. They're hurried along. Everyone wants to talk about themselves and people have zero attention span. 2017. Dude, I even mentioned that a couple of days ago, how like I make it a point when I talk to people now to slow down, stay calm, and not over talk or talk over them or hurry it along. Because I think people are so scatterbrained, and because of social media addiction. Hi, social media addicts. You know, and conversations are they're just kind of airy, spacey. And I just dude, I'm like an old fucking wise old owl, old soul. I need to sit around a goddamn campfire with some 65-year-old men and women, I guess, too. Like, I don't know. I just like picture some old dudes sitting around a campfire just talking about life. Like, that's where I'm at. I don't like. It's just not. I don't know. It doesn't feel good. Let's see what else I wrote on here and I'll wrap this up. My self-deprecating started in middle school when I was bullied. I never let the bullies see me upset and played along and agreed with their comments about me. Yeah, they never. I talked about that. I think it was, I forget what episode, a couple weeks ago. Told my entire middle school bullying story. Dude. Holy shit. And today, last night I told you guys I was on Facebook looking at people's profiles. I looked at my bullies' profiles and I was like, oh, karma's a bitch. Nothing in their life has really gone anywhere, which, I mean, look at me. Fucking A. Like, I feel like a lot of people would argue that, Jacqueline, what have you done with your life? But, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. Can't knock on that. I've never taken, ooh, this is kind of a deep thought I had. I wrote this, 2018. I haven't really taken a moment to celebrate some of the cool shit I did last year. I don't want to say the things. I don't want to say some of the things I wrote because I don't know. I don't want to like be a name dropper. I don't want to be like a big talker. You know what I mean? Like I don't like people that do that, so I'm not going to do it. But I wrote this. I said I haven't really taken a moment to celebrate some of the cool shit I did last year. Then I listed it. Then I wrote, I don't hype things up and get excited because people are just people to me. Experiences are for experiencing. It's not important to broadcast to everyone. I will broadcast what I do every day on this podcast to you guys, but I will not name drop ever. I think my younger self would be like, holy shit, you did all of that. He made it happen somehow. I have this thing about me where absolutely nothing I want or dream is impossible. Why not me? We all popped out of the womb the same. Some have an advantage because of where they're born, etc. But I know I'm the hero of my life story. Fuck. Overcoming a lot of shit and hard to... Overcoming shit... this sentence doesn't make sense. Feels like ecstasy. That's kind of like what I wrote. Like, overcoming a challenge feels like ecstasy when you finally beat it. Life is literally a game. It's fun and challenging. Requires strategy. Consistent success routines. Times to step away and self-reflect like I'm doing now. Dude, I'm always... When I read this, I'm like, Jacqueline, you wrote this in 2018. Then I took a 2-month break to reflect in 2019. Now I've just taken a whole fucking year reflecting. I'm just one giant reflection of myself. Like, that's all I do. No shit, I have 260 fucking pages right in here. All I do is reflect. I'm like, let's get deep and write about life. That's crazy. I wrote this 2 years ago. Times to step away and self-reflect like I'm doing now. I've never really taken a break from life to deeply audit myself. It's eat, sleep, work, repeat. This is so therapeutic and should be promoted to the masses. Everyone should sit down with themselves for at least a week and be quiet. No music, no podcasts, TV, or friends. Just sit in silence and see what comes to your mind. Bitch, I was just stoic in 2018. The fuck? I don't remember this. Daily meditation is popular and works for some, but I prefer to go all in and knock out days in a row to really build that muscle back up. It's my number one health advice, which is strange because... Oh my god. Oh, shit. Basic human shit is the number one priority for myself, and I now value it more than I ever have. Friends, family, elderly, young, children, community, nature... Hobbies, silence with self. Everything else is a distraction. Screen time is not my way of life. Screen time is not my way of life, I wrote in 2018. Bitch, do you know what you're going to be doing all fucking 2020? TikTok, bitch. You're going to be on your phone all day scrolling. You're going to be depressed, and the world's going to be melting around you. Screen time is your way of life, okay? Get over it. It's me in 2018 thinking I'm going to outsmart my social media addiction and by being a stoic and writing about taking a meditation break off of fucking like, I don't know. You got to laugh. I'm taking you guys along. See, this is what I've said so many times before. Like, you've been following me on Instagram, you know what I mean? You follow my social media, but you've never been this in my head ever, and it's so weird to tell you everything I write and talk about it, but like I don't know, it feels kind of fuzzy and cool. Like it's good to just get it out in the universe and talk about it. And episode 35, it got interesting there at the end, but screen time is not my way of life. To be honest, lately, I have to say, one of my other goals this week was to cut down on the Instagram usage, my daily timer, cut that back. How it tells you how long you're on Instagram. So I've been doing that a lot. I put my phone away. I just don't check it. Like I post it. I'm like, normally if I post something on Instagram, like I'll mindlessly check how the post is doing. Like I don't even like make my money from Instagram. Why do I do that? Why do I care? Analytics don't mean shit to me. And yesterday I found myself, I didn't even care. I didn't even look at how many likes, or I wasn't paying attention to that. And so yeah, dude, overcoming challenges every fucking day. All right, it's Thursday. I'm getting hungry. It's time for my breakfast. I might have like a lunch breakfast, not a breakfast. Do you guys do that? You eat something not for like a not non-breakfast item for breakfast? Okay, anyways. So I'm gonna do that. Gonna bake some pumpkin bread later. I have a can of pumpkin. ASMR. I'm gonna make some like paleo pumpkin bread. Do I have maple syrup? What am I gonna sweeten it with? Yeah, I think I do have maple syrup. Make that. I'm gonna watch the game tonight. Watch some football. Might get some chips and salsa for that bitch. Sit around by myself and watch the football. I'm definitely gonna hit the gym though, because I didn't go yesterday and I miss it, and I wanna be sore again and feel strong. So that's what I'm gonna do. And stick around if you're a patron. You can go to patreon.com/tjms to support the show. I currently have a community of, so you guys, my community of my patrons it's growing. It's growing rapidly. Here on episode 35, I have 3 patrons, and it's a small army, but I'm just grateful for their support. So stick around if you're a patron to hear your shout out. Or go to my YouTube channel to subscribe to watch the podcast. You can sit here and hang out with me. We can be besties. You get to sit in my little studio, look at my pumpkins and my background content, my crazy, distracting background. I have a dart, I think, here. I'm grabbing. Wait. The dart. I still haven't smoked my cigar yet. I made a joke. I was like, oh, I'm going to be like Joe Rogan and smoke a cigar on the fucking podcast. It's kind of like just a prop in the background now. I'm never, like, I won't do that. Dude, not in this climate, not with this fucking lung disease. What the fuck is it called? Coronavirus blasting our lungs out. I'm not gonna smoke shit. Except weed here and there. You know what I mean? Been enjoying that life. Again, just a little bit. It's helping. My sleep has been so good. I can't recommend a little smoky smoke before the bedtime enough. You know what I mean? It's great. Great little, I don't take sleeping aids. I just smoke a little. So anyways, happy Thursday. Love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Be here tomorrow for Friday's podcast. And I'll probably bring the energy more, but we'll find out. Every day's a new day. All right. Love you guys. Okay, bye.